Alright, let's go. In about 5 minutes or so. So, last game went pretty well. Rebel, of course. Up against... Oh no, this is the wrong team. Damn it. There we go. But now we're up against Falls, Bob, and Weave. I don't know if I've ever played against this team before. I wouldn't be surprised if I have. Let me double check. I'm just checking to see if I've played against Bob and Weave before. Maybe not. I know I've played against Fall before. Not with this team, though. Apparently. Oh no, actually, it was my very first game. There we go. That's why I was like, huh, this team, it seems kind of familiar. It was my very first game, and it was a draw. With this team. Yeah, my team's doing pretty okay. We got some really nice randoms on some gutters. Now they just need to survive. Because right now, those randoms need some normals. Some primaries. Like wrestle and block and whatever. But this Elven Union team, it actually is pretty, I'd say there's only like 2 players. These are the only 2 players, the Blitzers, that are particularly going to be fearsome. Though the sidestep could be annoying for the 1 turn. We don't have grab. He's going to be getting a loner. He's only at 10 players right now. Down one of the blodgers, which is nice. He has 2 blodge linemen, which is probably pretty hard to develop. Praying Blow Elves and having them survive. Because you're very positional heavy. Typically with Pro Elves, because you have to get your blitzers, you have to go catchers. The thrower is a little bit more expensive than it used to be, but still a good value. Only 15k more than a regular lino. I'll mute this tab. Just fall saying GLHF. Yeah, we're in the home stretch of the season. I'm actually surprisingly high up, given that I'm only like 4-0-3. I've not drawn a game yet. 130k. Okay, so this was a pretty good threshold to be in. He bought a catcher before this game. So that put him in a position where he cannot get a wizard. And then we're just going Keg, assistant coach. 11 players. I'm feeling pretty good with this matchup if I can get some removals. We got the DP. We got 14 players. So I think we got 3 bench. So we can be pretty aggressive on the... He chose to receive. Interesting. Maybe he's going to go for like the quick score? Right. Actually, let's do the spread defense. Alright. We're missing a player. Not missing a player. I just need to be careful here. He's got guard. So I think we'll do like... We're not going to set this up like this, but it's a matter of maybe 2 gutter defense. Feels bad though. I kind of feel bad keeping the one-turner off. We're probably going to play this pretty aggressive, though. And the gutters are good if the ball's on the ground, but if I can't get the ball on the ground, then the line rats are going to be a little bit better at applying pressure. And this player does scare me. He might go around the back and hit one of the gutter runners. Going for one of the killers would be... It's possible he could go for the killer. Curious if he would. He would either need to commit an additional player to this line rat and then blitz from here. Well, he'd need an assist here. He'd probably use one of his sidesteppers, so surfing it would be pretty difficult. This... Him being on this side almost implies to me that he's going to go for him. Well, this is a great kick for me. The big hand's right there. He has to field it. So that if he rolls a 2, if he rolls a 1 on the 2+, I don't think there's a scenario where you don't re-roll it with the big hand right there. I wonder if he'll blitz the big hand now. He is fast enough to go for the big hand, but he doesn't have enough speed to go for the big hand and get away from the killer. And the DP is right there if I don't remove him. But who's going to retrieve? The thrower could... The catcher could retrieve, but he can't get it to the thrower. It's just too far away. The ball's too far forward. Ooh. Catcher would need to go here to get a blitz this way. Wait, what is he doing? Okay. I mean, it makes sense to move these players on the right. He goes incredibly conservative. Okay. This catcher's probably going to shield here. Otherwise, I'd consider going for this blitz. Unless the catcher is going to... Actually, no, this catcher... Yeah, the thrower's not going to field. The catcher's going to field this. He can't just leave the ball on the ground. Because then I'll just use the big hand to pick it up. Well, right now it's actually kind of bad. Because it's 3+ with dodge because he does not have the 2 heads. Like my previous retriever did. Wait, he's gonna try to pick it up with the catcher, right? Okay, it has to re-roll it. Okay. The question is, how aggressive do I want to be to start this? We can go for this blitzer. If I go for this blitzer, I have to commit myself. And it's kind of scary to do it that early. My gut was right. Because it would have been really bad had I not gotten the knockdown. So it's a question of, can he do these hits? He can do this hit, but then this one's a little bit tricky. Killer's right there, which is the problem though. I don't really want the gutter runners getting hit. He's definitely gonna go left if he tries to do this. This is a bit vulnerable though, I think, for the killer. I couldn't really commit more though. I'd have to commit gutter runners to basing. Alright, I predicted stuff like this would happen. This isn't enough, by the way, to get the 2 die. He needs to deal with the guard first. She does. Ugh. Cannot 3-die the horns, but he can get an easy 2-die. And the killer is safe because the guard is already activated. I knew I was going to take hits. I knew it wasn't... It's hard to get pressure on the ball in that turn. Not without doing something pretty reckless. Realistically, I would like to have pressure on the ball and then marked up everywhere, but... Okay. Fine. No armor breaks on anything is nice. He still has one more hit to do. I don't know if he'll 1D with the loner though. Probably not. It'd be better for the loner to be near to where where the ball is. Alright. We were in a good spot to hit the killer though. Which is nice. Don't want to do that yet. I don't want to be just taking hits though. This hit's pretty juicy. Okay, I'm not getting good dice. He can sidestep where he wants. I doubt he'll go on the DP, but he might stay in base contact. Or maybe not. Okay. Fine. Not really a fan of what I'm doing here, but I don't think I really have much of a choice. Because right now I'm just trying to make it so it's not trivial for him to get easy hits on me, but... Alright, we got a POW, which is nice. First knockdown. I'm trying to mark like a bunch of his linemen. Especially the non-lock ones. Because he's going to have to roll dice on them. It's fine, I guess. I don't think that changes a whole lot. He could chain... Oh, he didn't need to do this, by the way. So he can hit the guard, I guess? But since he didn't get the knockdown, he can't get a 3-die on Mousemellow. Maybe that's what he was trying to angle for. Because then he would hit the guard. But since this player isn't down, Duck cannot provide an assist for a 3-die on this gutter runner. Okay. Yep, goes for the gutter runner. I really don't like taking these hits, but I'm getting really lucky that they aren't breaking armor. Ugh. One thing he's gotten mostly knockdowns. That's an interesting follow, though. Ends up in base contact. Okay. Ball is hittable. Kind of. If you're willing to do the 3-2, you can go for the 1D. If I had my super sacker, I mean my super retriever, then I would maybe consider it, but right now this isn't like a great value. We could try to go for the 3-die on this. Not really a fan. It's a lot of commitment for line rats though, because then you can take this angle potentially. Because this player is pretty valuable. Well, could have mattered. Nope. BP did a thing, so... Okay, I'll take the KO. We are super condensed, though. He's just going to be able to move on this side of the pitch. But we got rid of one of his good players, so that's nice. Killer's in a bad spot, though, with that knockdown. Hey, Bazik. It's going okay. Have a long weekend, so hopefully going to be able to unwind a bit. This game, it's going okay. I don't think really anything has happened yet, so we KO'd one of his good catchers, so 2 die there. Does not get the knockdown. I can imagine the greed would be tempting because you could foul him. He used the loner to mark, though. So you would foul with this player. See if we can get another one of his good players out. If the sidestep stays, if we are unable to stop the score and the sidestep stays out, then the one turn becomes a lot more feasible. If we can get 2 of the sidesteppers out, that would be nice, though. So the blitzers, there's this blitzer, and then there's the guard blitzer. There's the ball. Bank holiday. Memorial Day is on Monday, so... yeah, basically. Yeah, in the States we don't have bank holidays. I think I can, yeah, I can reach. You're picking up the Britishisms. That sounds nice. Let's see. Not really. So this position I'm not particularly like super happy about. I really do want to get like an armor break here. I don't really need a removal, but it would be nice. I cannot knock down this guy though. Ugh, what a pain. Player's not worth fouling. Great. No. My block dice have been pretty bad. I've only gotten 1 knockdown so far. Actually, no, 2. I've gotten 2 knockdowns in 5 turns. And one of them was a 3 die with tackle. Okay. I don't really like my killer getting hit again, but here we are. He's not going down. Not yet, at least. Debating the greed reroll. Could blitz him with somebody else. Well, that's not a 3-die yet, though. Needs one more assist. Ugh. I was hoping that the gutter runner wasn't going to go down there, but... How's a plentiful? Hey, incesticide, good night. For me, it's still... like, well, mid-afternoon, but... I guess if you're on the European time, it's night. Where's the ball gonna go, actually? Is he just gonna score? That's what it's looking like here to me. Okay. I am very fine with this. Scoring from, this catcher just come back. Oh no, my line rat doesn't come back anyway. Yeah, I've got 3 turns. We got a lot of time. See if he plays the kind of defense that I'm scared about. Probably want to hold the ball on lemming drop. Certainly by far the hardest to knock down. Good enough. We'll go 3 gutter offense. We'll take one of the rookie gutters out. So we can go for either this lineman, probably go for that one with the blitz. More important that we get the blodgers out, because they're going to be a big problem when it comes to pressure. And if he plays the defense that I'm scared about, that's going to matter quite a bit. Let's see here. Let's do this, actually. Got 4 rerolls with the leader. See if we can get some damage going. Okay. I don't think the solid defense changes too much. I don't think he's going to be able to stop me here on this part of the line. I don't think it's possible with the guard there. So he probably just moves some players up on the wides. Kick is a bit too deep even with that, though. So he's going to put people on the left wide. Oh, he's actually going to try. Oh. So this probably won't work. I guess it depends, right? Yeah, it's going to depend if I can get the knockdown. I'm kind of surprised he did that, though. Alright, not really a fan where the ball is. Does he keep base contact there? Because I'll do the blitz here. I can't get a 3-die, unfortunately, because where the guard is positioned. If I could move the guard in here on the 1D, it's not worth it, though. Too much risk. Can't reroll that. It sucks. If he stays in base contact, the DP will get a free hit. It's the question here is, how much am I willing to risk? Because these are 2 dies. Alright. I'd rather not be in base contact. It's fine. It might be possible to get a 3-die on this guy. I need 2 more assists. So you know I need 3. A lot of players to put around the guard. Yeah, otherwise he gets blitzed. Let's see. I can't afford to fail a pickup there. Kapow! Pop, and the guard is stunned. So I'll take that. That's nice. Yeah, they're way too far away to be a threat. Okay, turn. A couple of stuns. Vicious Nilla hasn't really done anything. I don't think he's even broken armor yet. He knocked down the Bloodstep Catcher on a 3-die, but it was the DP that KO'd him. DP is right there to start following spin, too. Alright. We gotta get in scoring position this turn, though. It's a bit uncomfortable because the one-turner is really far back. Yep, I am playing fall. Double skulls into a knockdown. Well, that's unfortunate. Because now I'm only going to have 1 gutter runner. Well, I can get 2 gutter runners in scoring position. The one-turner, if I do all the GFIs, can get into scoring position. I guess it depends how many... He's basically trying to prevent me from getting, like, a good score, looks like. This is the way through. Like, this is the gap for everybody to go through. Oh, he's your clanmate? Nice. Okay, so then he's reliant on the Bloodstepper staying up. My gutter runner's there. I can't see him though. He's just invisible for whatever reason. I'm gonna want an 81 this. I'm not gonna want an 81 this. Stun. God, really? Okay. I'm surprised. I thought he would sidestep here, but apparently not. Because I can just follow. I really don't like burning all of those rerolls. Oh yeah, we can move. This is an awkward place to be in. God, this sucks. Well, I can hand it off to him right now, and then we could try to get enough players to line the field back here, but I don't think we can. Yeah, he could just reach. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do. It's kind of crappy though. Oh, come on. I'm committed at this point, so. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I'm not pretty happy now, Bazik. So what I'm concerned about is this guy getting back here. Or doing like a 4+. Ugh. I'm in scoring range with this guy. I wanted to have him at least, so I couldn't just blitz here, and then I'd have to score with one of the vermin. He now has to respect that the one-turner can just score on him. At least I'm happy I saved one of the rerolls when I failed the DP rush earlier in the half. Because otherwise this one turn would be a lot scarier. I don't think he has enough movement to go around this. So he could do like, what I think, he can't really get there, which is nice. He has to do a bunch of dodges just to get to the ball. So I don't know if he goes for it. He can go for like a dive here. But I have decent recovery options. Like I have the thrower back there. Looks like he might just go for the killer and then screen. Yeah, before I did the GFIs, I should have moved these players. I still was going to re-roll the GFIs. Whatever Dice says we're going to do. Because he doesn't have a threat. Like, if let's say I snaked it. I don't need to worry about getting counter-scored, because he didn't have a threat in this general area. Even just one would have made a huge difference. The question is, can he screen me off? I think it's going to be pretty hard for him. He's going for the dive? Wait. Oh no, that's a blitz. I was going to be like, there's no way. There's no way I could get hit. I was double sure. I couldn't see the blitz marker. Alright. Okay. Right now, I already see what I want to do. He needs to fill this. Because I could just dodge through here. I just need to move this guy this way. And we can just blitz with the killer. Blitz with the killer, provide an assist, and then we just run up this way. I have to do one dodge and tackle. But it's a 2+. That doesn't change anything. Because this is going to be the lane we're going to run down. Okay, that does change it a little bit. See my rat, who's not there, but whatever. I want an assist here. So maybe we do like this dodge. I get the knockdown. Don't need it. It's fine. It's so weird, like when I'm doing this, so I have to be very conscious of like where this player is. Good enough. Oh, he finally got one. Got one. There's a lino. So that one will just pass, but... Alright. I don't think there's any ways to avoid any more dice, so... I think it worked because Sprint already procced. Alright, there we go. Easy. Yeah, I'm just, well, with some of the games I've been having this season, I'm like, I'm just gonna snake everything. So far, there hasn't been any snakes. It's nice. Now, let's see if we can get some damage. Yeah, I'll go with the four-gutter offense on this one. We want to kind of be shifty, moving around a bunch. Going for the catcher or the lineman? Hey, Marisad. Cheering fans. Who gets it? I get it. What do I get? Plus AV. Oh. On the killer, I guess. He's such a big target. Giving him... He's now armor 10 plus. Alright. He's not been doing great though on the block dice. Okay. Oh, and we badly hurt the blodger. That's a nice one. Alright. I'm gonna stay rather than follow this. I think I can hold this. Especially with that bounce, that's fine. Because I don't think he can hit that player either. Yeah, he's one square too far. This is fine. We also were pretty, we screened off pretty well. So. Yeah, I think the biggest issue for him is he could have stalled this a little bit longer. And he gave me enough time to be able to score relatively comfortably. If he had gotten me to do a one turn, with the sidestep, he could have made it tricky. No, not the break tackle catch line rat. He's fine. Yeah, that catch was a random. I was trying to go for dodge. I mean, I would have taken sneaky git or jump up or sidestep, but he got catch. We got like a catcher line rat. Alright, where to blitz next? Thrower for the one turn. Be an interesting target. He could go for the blodge lineman. Again. Keep trying to go for him. I should just stop going for anything that has block. His blodge has been pretty good so far. That's an easy grab. Do I prefer playing without a Roger, or have you had a Roger accident? I gave the Roger an honest shot in ladder in season 1 of the CCL ladder, ranked ladder, and I played 100 games of rats, and in my 100 games I ascertained that the Roger, unless you have him built and he doesn't die and you aren't facing a matchup where he's terrible, he's not that good. At least not for the playstyle that I want. If you're playing Roger, you have to build your team around it. So you can't really focus on targeted strikes, like having like a super retriever, a super one-turner, and a Roger. If you have all of that, you're going to be really, really expensive. You need to focus. Because if you're like relatively dodgy with a lot of bench, you're just trying to hold a certain number of players, wait for your moment, the Roger is really expensive for that kind of strategy. He really needs to just, if you really want him to be good, he just needs to be able to get in there and take hits. Well, not hopefully not take many hits, but deal damage and mark up players. And with my style of rats, I found that he often ended up being isolated and then fouled very, very quickly with incredible regularity. Let's see. Three die. What do you know? It worked. Pop. All right. A bit unfortunate there. I felt like the Roger lost me more games than he won. So that's why I don't use him anymore. But granted, ladder was a bit of a... It's way different than the way this format works. Maybe the Roger works better in this format. I tried the Roger once in Season 2. And he died on turn 2. And that put me in the hole so much money. And I took so much damage. It had no bench for like 3 games because of it. Because I invested so much in redraft for the Roger. And it basically came to me like, the Roger is a huge liability. It is. It's 3 line rats. It's 3 line rats that I could have at the beginning of the season. That's huge. And I'd rather take 3 line rats than a rookie Roger. Now, if that Roger had block and guard and stand firm and claw, then that'd be different. But it's very hard to get a Roger that developed. And it's very easy to lose one. So, I don't really understand. So, this is... I guess maybe Fall wants to play like this, but this is the kind of matchup this is the kind of playstyle I really want when I'm rats. If you're elves, and you want to be able to go against rats, you need to turn up the pressure. You need to tie up line rats, use your blodge, force me to roll naked dice on blocks, and prevent me from being able to cage up. Because right now, the ball carrier is in no threat unless I make a mistake. And that's fine. Then we can put the guard here. We got 2 dies on these guys. But this is the kind of playstyle that I think it feeds into. Because rats aren't going to be the aggressive offensive. They want to stall. Because we're already in scoring position. This is a based cage, but it's pretty safe. I'm going to make it safer, too. But, I mean, he is down 2 players. Defense is somewhat going to be harder for him on this drive, but I think he needs to be aggressive here. At least he needs to start being aggressive here, because the amount of time left, it's going to start dwindling. Because you're not going to be able to really prevent me from recaging and get the ball safe on the very first turn you're going to try it. Unless I screw up royally. Because right now I do have a player advantage. I have plenty of rerolls. If all we're doing is just going to screen off, then I should be able to move up a square each turn. If I get up even beyond here, I can go lateral if I center up. Yeah, it definitely, like, that is a good play style as long as your team doesn't get murdered. And there are teams that are very good at murdering, and then there's teams that are less good at murdering. So, generally against the less murdering teams, you want to apply pressure. Because I only have 1 player that can really do damage. But right now, he's just doing the super elf screen. And with my rats, it's generally about... A lot of the time, when it comes to pressure, you have to pick your moment. Let's see here. I think putting him on the loner is okay. Like through. The through. Do I need to mark like a bunch? I don't really need to. Because I don't see how he's gonna stop me from scoring right now until he does something different than what he's currently doing. Are we gonna start to see some pressure? No. Double skulls, you may as well reroll that. I wonder if he's not gonna follow this, because if he's gonna slot in the guard somewhere else. He'd slot the guard in here if he wanted to hit the killer. Probably just gonna dodge this player away then. Unless he... yeah. Okay. We want to go towards the center. Okay. Kind of annoying, but... okay, I actually prefer him in that position because we're not going to move that far left. We're probably going to be like right here-ish. Oh, hey, Zoo. Thank you for the prime. 39 months. Let's see if your sub-luck gives me some nice Kaz dice here. I think we'll go for this play. I haven't learned anything. Alright, come on. Come on, Nilla. Come on. Good enough. Good enough. The ball can actually be vulnerable here. This should be a gutter runner. It's not really what I wanted. I mean, I'm at the point where I can roll built-in rerolls. I have not, like, the scoring from here, even with, like, this kind of screen, isn't good enough. Because he needs to 3-man it, otherwise I can just 2+ dodge through most of it. With a blitz. It's starting to cast me a bit, though. Good thing she's just blitzing line rats. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think what his strategy is. I think he's just hoping that I roll like I snake. That's really what it's going to come down to. Maybe next turn, it's going to have to be next turn where he goes all in, if he's going to do it. There's no other time. There's no other turn where it'll matter. But yeah, I like playing like this kind of stall game. Okay, so then swapping them around. He's down 3 players. He also can't afford to burn a lot of rerolls here, because the one turn is going to be tricky for him. Where's his thrower? It's right there. Okay. Gotta be a dive. Have to be next turn, if he's going to dive. Wouldn't shock me, but right now, like, he also needs a player in scoring range. If he's gonna go for like a dive play, I guess he doesn't have to have one, but a player that can get in scoring range next turn. All right. So we have a handoff threat here. Yeah, it's going to have to come down to a dive, so I have to be prepared for that. Blitzing this player is just scary for me. So the only reason why I'm doing this is if I quad skull this. It's the only reason why that gutter is there. Alright. It's kind of an anti-firewall cage, I guess. Not that we have to worry about one, but still. So this dive is actually kind of inconvenient for where the loner is standing. Because you would want to dive from this angle, right? But the loner is in the spot where you'd want to dive. And if he goes this way, it's through tackle. And I think going from this way, it's too far. He could... he can't jump anymore, but... If he goes for the... I tried to position it so that it would be kind of annoying for him to do this. Because the tackle is in a convenient spot. Granted. Actually, no, now that I think about it, he has to. He has to go from, like, this angle, right? 10? Yeah, I guess he could use all of his movement to do this. If he wanted the dodge auto reroll. Because if he goes on the inside, he has to 1D. If he goes for any of these squares, he has to go from this end. But if it works, it could decide the game. If the scatter is particularly bad. Safe hand. This is where safe pair of hands would be incredibly valuable. Because then I would just put it like right here. I'd sidestep here, put it here. Actually, no, I'd probably sidestep. I don't know. Probably here, just because it's 5 tackle zone. I mean, it would be a 5+ dodge in and pick up. Okay. Going for the crazy play. Alright, well, that more or less... let's see. It's actually kind of inconvenient. I really prefer not to do a GFI if I didn't have to. Maybe I just score with the horns now. It's like the same amount of dice almost. It is actually. Minus the block, I guess. Ooh, there's the snakes lying in wait. There could still be some more, though. No. Yeah, Falls has said he should have just tried to scream, but I think it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't moment at that point. He's got a sidestep catcher. There really isn't a good way to stop this one turn, is there? This isn't a super great defense. I could probably do like this weird one where you have the sidestepper on the line and you have a big screen on the left side, but even then, So this is where the blodge step catcher goes. Yeah. And so I've seen this before. You can blodge step like through this way. It's probably what you would do. You'd have to have someone ready here to block though. But yeah, this is where Nerves of Steel is super valuable. This is what my defense usually tries to rely on, is the lack of that skill. So there's a good chance he gets the one turn here. If he can get the pushes. Okay. Yeah, I guess you can have him standing here for the last block as well. Block here. You blitz here, block here, and then you block here. Yeah. It's a bit too easy with the Nerves of Steel. Come on, deep throw. Yeah. Okay. So you probably do the throw first thing here, just because you don't want the chance of an intercept. You probably don't move anybody else. I wonder if I should have just had like a player here and a player here. Then it would have been better, I think. Ugh. Because if the blodge stepper was here, then he just goes this way. But then Hopefully he doesn't get the push on the first hit. Or the second hit. A Nerves of Steel would not have done anything there. Yes! Re-roll, re-roll. And that's it. We get the win. I know this feeling of doing the one turn and then yeah, that happening. Setting up the one turn. And I think, well, I don't think, I know my next opponent is Dalinar, who I played in playoffs a while ago. Where the MVP is. Who's got the MVP? Probably just some nobody. Oh no, it's Thrower. Okay. Not sure how I feel about this. Usually the Thrower is just a leader line rat. That helps for one turns. For me, at least. Not a lot of SPP for this game. 2 casualties, 2 touchdowns, and an MVP. I do want to see my block dice, though. It's okay. He did not roll that many pushes compared to me. Yeah, Fall's just saying he saw what we were talking about earlier on the turn 15 dive. He saw that he could go around and then go for the 2-die, and that's what he was debating pretty much the entire time, whether to go for the 2-die or the 1D. Probably because he's also thinking about like the 1 turn as well. But yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot to this game. Attrition certainly did not decide this game. There was not much attrition at all. Mostly us just knocking each other down. I think the fact that he only had 11 players hurt him a bit. And because that defense was just going to be hard without 11 players. I only had 2 casualties and a KO at the end. It's a ball. All right. I guess that's just going to be it for me. I go over the teams next week when we play up against the Dalinar Orc team. That one's going to be a tough game just because Orcs and Dalinar. So I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all for watching.